Shout out to my friend Cameron Furlong who gave me this skateboard a long time ago. I still have it. I need to get some new bearings and stuff or screws to get it tight, but I love this board. Yeah, so right now I am in my neighborhood, the neighborhood I grew up in. Yeah, right now I'm walking to a park. The park that I always used to go to as a kid with my friends. And this park is just like really special to me. Means a lot to me. I wanted to shout out my friend Josh, psychology, not sure how he wants it pronounced on IG, but he showed me like this really helpful meditation that I should be listening to a lot more often. I listened to it one time and it really gave me I felt really good afterwards. I really want to start doing that every day and get in a good habit of that, but I struggle to do that sometimes. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to kind of show you, and in that meditation it kind of talks about having a happy place that you go back to, that you imagine being at, and this park is that place for me. So I just kind of want to show you this has a really special place in my heart and forever and always will. So yeah, but I also wanted to talk about that skateboarding. I've always kind of been a fan of skate culture, and it's funny, I would kind of call myself a poser because I've always been really shitty at skating, which it is what it is. But I want to do an episode with my friend Cameron and some of his friends, and I want them to teach me how to do this one trick I've always wanted to learn, which isn't anything special or hard or anything, but just for personal show myself I could do it. So yeah, that's just some foreshadowing as far as that goes. And also shout out to my friend Braden. He blessed me with this jersey a minute ago. I love it. So I'm kind of got my jersey on. These are AND1 shoes I got off eBay. They might be fake, honestly, but I rock with them. Shout out to AND1. I don't know if you guys remember, or some of you might be too young to remember, or too young to have seen it, but you guys should go check out those AND1 volume whatever. It's street ball. I used to love that. Being younger, I used to go home after school and I would watch ESPN all day, every day, real sports enthusiast. I knew every player on every team. I knew every single stat about them. I was pretty good at fantasy sports as well. I had a little league with my church. Ended up winning the first year I played for some fantasy football. Second year I lost in the championship just because I totally overthink something and did too much. But yeah, so sports is always something I've been into. Kobe, my all-time favorite player. Iverson is another one of them. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Just everything around that branding and everything I loved so much. The bulldog, the shoes, all that. That's one reason I liked the ball, the hype around that. It kind of reminded me of of Iverson. It had that same don't give a fuck spirit or whatever. I want to work with Lonzo, Kyle Kuzma, hit my line, let's shoot a day in the life. It's funny, I used to be so invested into the Lakers. When they would lose, it would hurt me. I was only happy when they were winning. I used to watch every single game with my pops. My dad, he put me onto Dodgers Raiders, Lakers, and I really cherish like my dad. My dad, he moved here from Puerto Rico. He got a scholarship to Pepperdine University, which is where he met my mom. And yeah, like those things from my childhood I appreciate so much. Like he always made sure that we would go to like a couple Dodger games, and that really, like every year, and that was always really special, and we still do it. And that really, like I really love that bond and appreciate that bond, and I'm grateful. Me and my parents have butt heads a lot and I haven't been the greatest son, and there's things that I wish they might have done differently. But getting to hear like a lot of my friends' stories about how like they had zero support from their parents, or like I just know there's people who have been through so much like stuff with their parents. So at the end of the day, I'm so grateful, lucky, blessed to have them. So this is like, man, this is the park me and my friends used to run. Like we would always be playing sports here. This is like my safe haven. Yeah, I'm honestly like so lucky and so blessed and privileged, like for what I was born into, and being able to like come here when I was younger. I know there's a lot of people who are born into situations where they don't have, like, this isn't their reality. So I don't like take that for granted, even though I have in the past. I know one of the reasons I love coming here is it's just so nostalgic, and like nostalgia is something that's very prevalent in my work. Like nostalgia is very important to me, as I think it is to everybody. But yeah, I'm excited to give you guys just like a little glimpse into, or I want to start sharing more about myself. I feel like that all the stories are gonna tie together, and everyone I've crossed paths with was definitely for a reason. But yeah, this park, done a lot of hooping here. The rims are kind of shitty, double rims, and one of them's taller than the other. But I love this park. Really love this park so much. We've even done some volleyball. We used to play tag here a lot, like back where those trees are. It didn't used to be all cleared out there, so it was kind of a fun little place to go run and hide. This is like a little community garden. My grandma and grandpa and mom and dad were on a wait list like for a long time to get a little plot in this garden. And I remember, man, I used to hate coming here, and like we'd have to work, like dig up weeds and stuff like that. And But I mean, it's all good memories. When it comes to work and stuff, I'm definitely like all about planting seeds, watering them, or even like letting God do the watering, and kind of I think if you plant enough seeds, and sometimes I've planted seeds that I even forgot that I planted, and then they'll like blossom, and that's like the best feeling sometimes. But you definitely have to and I think some of the seeds that were planted, you know, were watered with like stormy seasons in my life, and like a lot of the hardest time made those roots even stronger, and it's gonna make those flowers like just blossom or be even more beautiful, like when the time is right. With some soccer, my friend, my best friend, like from around high school and outside of high school, his name's Frankie. That man put me on to so much different stuff, like, and yeah, man, we've been through a lot together. But he's like a diehard soccer fan. He's even part of the reason like that I have a passion for Italy. He was always into Milan, and any soccer players I know about, it's because of him. But I'm about to get on my Fellaini shit. Nah, just kidding. My hair looks kind of, I don't even know. My hair looks real kind of dry right now. I'm really trying to get like on a good workout routine though, because I've noticed that I can like, I always feel so much better when I work out. Hooping is definitely something I want to play a lot more. I went and played basketball not long ago, and man, I was so trash. I gotta step my game up, if you know what I'm saying. But I think just getting like, even being like out in the sun feels so good, being around grass. That's why I like Cali more than, that's one thing about California I prefer to New York, but I know New York has like some nature places as well. If you guys want to, in the comments, like leave like good healthy habits to like what you do to feel good. Like I'm really trying to get on a good schedule and like be meditating, like be praying a lot. Like that's important to me. Like making sure I'm eating good. Like I put so much junk into my body. I'm trying to like not smoke like as much. Like sometimes I just smoke all day and get super depressed. I'm sure I'm not the only one. In the comments, like talk to me about what you guys do, because I know in this world too, like you go on social media, me at least, and I start scrolling, and I can just feel like my mental health like kind of deteriorating. Ugh. I didn't really say that right, but yeah, like it's like you go on social media, you see all these people living such a great life, even though in reality, like we're all kind of hurting right now. I feel like these phones definitely have a lot to do with it. It's like I've been really broke and my phone's been off, which has been a blessing and a curse, but and I need to get it turned on. But I noticed like having no Wi-Fi for a day and then like coming back, I went to my parents' house and had Wi-Fi for a full day, and just being on the phone, and the difference in how I felt was night and day. So, and I think these phones are great tools too. Like I just have a really addictive personality, and I know that it's easy to get sucked into them. So all of us, we have to kind of like be aware of that and take care of ourselves and take care of each other. So tell me, like, how do you guys like monitor your phone time or make sure? Because I just like, I'm like on autopilot and we'll just be swiping and like just depressed or whatever. So yeah, that's the end of my rant. Now it's time to hopefully hit a bar in. Whoa! Right at the keeper. The invisible keeper blocked that. A few things. Those Juego Bonito commercials, like back in the World Cup with Ronaldinho, Zlatan, all that. And it also reminds me of like Mia Hamm and Jordan. Like, anything you can do, I can do better. Like, that was, man, great campaigns, you know, of all the trash you see on TV. Definitely like Gatorade, Nike. Like, I used to love those commercials so much. And Gatorade, Nike, I'm trying to work with you guys. Hit my line. Like, I'll make something so beautiful for you. Just give me the chance. Yeah, but my knee's kind of hurting because I've been walking everywhere on my bummy shit, on my journeyman shit, on my Lance Armstrong shit. Or actually not my Lance Armstrong shit. Why am I blanking? On my Forrest Gump shit. Hey, if I was on an island with one movie to watch, like I could only pick one movie, I think that might be the one. Like, if I had one day, one final movie to pick to watch, it might be that one. Leave in the comments too, like, what if you could only watch one movie, like tomorrow's your last day to live, you're about to walk into a movie theater to see one film, what would it be? There's so many I love, but Forrest Gump, like, it really kind of touches my soul. In this episode, I also wanted to clear the air on my age, like, something I've kind of been self-conscious about, like being kind of old and shit. And I've always like expected things to happen sooner. And I see like people blowing up like overnight, being like super young. But the more I realize, it's like I had so many things I needed to learn before I could really get to the place I want to be. And I'm still not there yet. I still have a lot to learn. But yeah, that being said, I'm 29 years old. Just turned 29, and honestly it's kind of scary, like getting closer to 30. I still feel like I'm like a kid though, and I really want to hold on to that. Now I'm headed walking from the park, making this little trek to the 7-Eleven by my house that like me and my friends used to always walk to. Like, we would be playing all day in the streets, playing tag. Man, we had a lot of fun. We played basketball. We would lower the hoop so we could dunk. We'd go ding dong ditching. So many other fun things we would do, but often we would like go walk to 7-Eleven, buy a bunch of candy or whatever. There's also this little spot that has food that I wasn't super into it. It's called Fantastic Cafe, but it's definitely very important, you know, or like it's a little historic part of the childhood. Yeah, so this is where we'd always like ride our scooters, ride our bikes, whatever we had. None of us were like that great at skating, but yeah, this Fantastic Cafe, this spot is very OG. I mean, it's a heart attack waiting to happen, but you gotta pick your poison in this. It's the evil world we live in. But yeah, man, this 7-Eleven is the spot. Shout out to D's Donuts, though. Oh yeah, best donuts around. But I'm kind of biased just because that's like, you know, my taste buds are acquired to that. but this is the 7-Eleven, the OG 7-Eleven. So I really like these flowers, and there's like this buddy named Tyler who I grew up with. Like, I've seen his grandpa like working super hard to plant these and like make it look nice, and I think that that's really awesome. Taking like the time out of his day to kind of give back, and that really inspires me. I've been kind of a selfish person done a lot of things in my life, you know, to try and satisfy myself, or been a taker. I'm just like starting to realize how important it is to give back, and like how that's like the only real true satisfaction comes from giving back, or like helping others. Like all this all the worldly possessions, and like you can get all that stuff and none of it will make you happy, but helping another person out, even if they don't, you know, even if they don't end up, you know, being appreciative for it. Because, man, I'll be the first to tell you I've been an ungrateful motherfucker in my life, but I still like, or I haven't communicated my appreciation the best all the time, but yeah, you just gotta keep giving to people. And I'm able to see myself in other situations in my life, and able to recognize, or I'll see a friend or someone I thought was a friend wrong me, and I can kind of understand and be okay with that. But we're all out here just, you know, learning and trying to figure out this life thing. It's just better if we all do it together, and we're better, you know, together than we are divided. And like everything in this world, everything you see in the media is trying to divide us as a people. So it's important, you know, that we put our differences aside and are able to like kind of come together and think about what's best, you know, or the best solutions. And I notice everyone, it's so easy, and I do it myself, it's so easy to point out problems. But let's find the solutions. I mean, those are the kind of people I like to be around. People who have solutions and not just problems. Because we all got problems, but together, we put all our heads together, that's how we can, God willing, you know, make this world a better place. So, yeah. And this is just all like a stream of consciousness. This is me just like talking, so I might sound kind of crazy. And honestly, I'm okay with that. So yeah, I want to just share my thoughts more often. And even like with the show, like everything and people's opinions and stuff on this show before, that doesn't mean like that's what I believe or what I think is true, but I think that the more that we share information and kind of get to hear, the more like you can learn. But don't take any of this as fact. Like, you got to go out and do the research yourself. Go out and get the experience yourself, you know? Like, someone was telling me how they quit their job and moved to LA because they saw my show, and that made me be like, wow, all right, like this is actually having an effect on people. And he said like it was because he saw that Harley episode. So it's really about like, you got to be able to see your strengths and your weaknesses and recognize those. Like Harley's got that look, like to be a model, which is why like that worked for him. Like his intuition was telling him he could do that, you know? If maybe your skill set is something different. Damn, I'm so good, as you can tell. Should have went to the league, to be honest. Oh no! Dang it, I thought that was it. I need that bar in.